Hi, my name is Gerard Morin, and if you watch this video it's because you saw the other ones. So I like to keep your curiosity going. So this one's a real head scratcher. Matter of fact, I'm still scratching mine. I made a few phone calls in the States and in Vancouver, and hopefully I'll have some answer or some type of answer what is really happening. So same thing again, it's just I'm going to show you. I didn't show it the first time, and I wish when I watched my own video I thought I'd make all those mistakes. I'm trying to correct it. Basic 218 volt battery, DC. You produce 1.1 amp hours. That means they're really, it doesn't have a whole lot of hours. So what I did, I connected in series, create 36 volts. I'm pushing that into a 24 volt DC motor, brush motor. I put those magnets on it because it acts like a turbo, so it gave me an extra 20-some volt output for nothing. I don't have to add extra volt into it, and it works lovely. That's another good idea if you want to boost up a small electric motor, DC electric motor. I'm coming out of here at 155 volts and to the small step transformer all the way up to over 400. At that point in time, I'm dumping it into a very large transformer here, high voltage, which is only made for is made for 120 volt input. I'm pushing it over 400 volts into it. So instead pushing out 60,000 volts, it's out right now probably into 400 plus thousand volts out of it. We will be able to read the amperage since I'm creating a extreme draw or a tension, because the jump of the arc is 3 inches plus another ½ inch underneath the bulb. So I can pick up a lot of draw, so I can calculate how much amp this thing is pushing at full maximum voltage to make this massive jump on the element, because that's a high pressure sodium. It's just high pressure sodium is a type of glass they use. It resists heat, a lot of heat, and it's just a tube with a vacuum. There's no air, there's no gas in it, and there's 2 elements glued into it and sealed when the vacuum is done. And that's what the element is. It's just a glass tube with vacuum. This one little guy here, and that's a 250 watt. This little guy here is 150 watt. Is a metal halide, which I'm not burning the mercury in it, because my electricity, it doesn't need to produce that. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run all that up. After I turn the light off, I'm going to take the camera by hand, and I'm going to be working out the whole thing. So I'm just going to go and turn some lights off, and we'll be starting the show. So I'm just going to give you what's going on. Here we go. Now this is a flow of electrons. So it's just a different color because I'm sparking a little bit different distance in the bottom of the bulb. Same thing with this one. Now kind of tough to tune them up, so I want to get to the maximum draw. I'm 2.5 amp right now, 3 amp. Now I'm going to, there we go. On the top of 4 amp, 4.5 amp, 3 to 5. Now I'm going to grab this camera. So and I'll show you what I'm putting out right now. It bounces between 4.3, 4.3, sometimes 5.2. It's bouncing all over the place, but those are amp. They're AC amp going into this bulb. And my battery only put out 1 amp. Now, I'm going to show you something very kind of out of the ordinary. This is temperature. When I point it toward the bulb, is minus 155. Now it's minus 300. Something is going on into this bulb. Now I'm back to normal. My temperature, I'm picking up a temperature, but this bulb is throwing an EMF. Very strong EMF. Now, if you look at this picture here, I'm going to try to give you a good view of it. Actually, the camera doesn't give you a good view compared to the bare eye. The color is just unbelievable. The stream inside this tube is just like a ribbon flowing into the wind at high speed. It's just amazing. It's bouncing from one side of the glass to the other side of the glass in that tube in the vacuum. Now, if I put the small one back on, I can douse that power. And now we have a different color. And then we got the big one there. Now I'm going to turn the other light out, and I'm going to give you a little light show. Now I want you to look at the blue one. I'm going to totally disconnect the other one, and I'm not going to make the spark. She's running constantly. Now take a good look at that. I'm going to turn this thing off, so keep looking at that. There's no more power going into it. Zero power, no drain. Yeah, the camera won't give him a good, but it's amazing. Hi, it's me again. I'm back. Now, interesting, isn't it? How those bulbs behave. To me, it's just mind-boggling, literally mind-boggling. I mean, the amount of amperage so far, and sometimes this thing you can tune them up properly, and it will bounce all the way up to 11 amp, like, you know. And this transformer is not designed to do that. I mean, that's a lot of amp for a high output transformer. Normally it's milliamp. It's VA volt. It's non-usable volt. But obviously it's usable volt because I'm getting amperage. I can read with instrument, and it's not a cheap instrument either. It's pretty accurate. Hopefully it will stay accurate. But this bulb is throwing some type of energy. I can feel it when I'm close to the bulb for more than about 10 minutes. It's kind of weird feeling. It's nothing burning or nothing. I've been with this bulb now working for almost 3-4 days straight. And so far I'm not growing another arm out of my neck, so hopefully that'll stay that way. But anyway, I'm gonna upload this video because this, you got to see that someone who have any knowledge of whatsoever here, which is going on, because this is beyond me. This thing is not taking any heat whatsoever. I'm using my thermometers, laser beam thermometers, and they're super accurate. And this thing is telling me it went as far as 500 Fahrenheit below zero. Unknown. And why it's affecting this thermometer. This thermometer is not supposed to have a beeper in there, and that thing is beeping like crazy. Like, what's beeping inside my thermometer? You know, I don't have any beeping function in that thing. So something is going on here. So this bulb, when you run by itself and you're making jump from the bottom, giving an arc, it doubled, it draw the wattage, the amperage. It tremendously create a draw, an extremely high draws. And also you can see those ones are just here to hold my wire, but they all light up, just sitting on a wire. Same thing with this one. They just light up. It's like, you know, this current is being picked up from the outside of the wire, not the inside of the wire. They don't have to be connected. You just lay on top of it, and they work, like, you know, they glow, they pick up the currents, they light up. If that cannot be cranked up, you know, to power up house and stuff like this, I'm sorry, but nothing else will be able to be changed in this world. I mean, this is like, we can disconnect all that and throw all that out, because I can make that no moving parts. I can oscillate an iron rings with coils on it. I'm just working with that because it gave you a good idea, a good basic idea of what I'm doing and why I'm using this little thing here. But hopefully in a couple of maybe by the end of this month, I will be oscillating an iron rings, straight, solid iron rings. And if I can self-oscillate these rings, that means I have no moving parts, and I can multiply it by 1,000,000 by just adding bigger rings and bigger rings, and different coils, different size coils and wire to it. As long as I introduce proper oscillation in this ring, I should be able to have coils to pick up on it, on high voltage, delivery high voltage into a second coil, where you just multiply it by adding rings. So 3 to 4 rings will probably push you about between 200 to 400 amp service at 240. So I mean, like, you know, it's just a question of oscillation, and the oscillation, all I have to do is mimic 1 horsepower. That's all I have to do, 1 bloody horsepower. And I can mimic that with a small battery, a 12-volt battery, 10 amp gel cell battery, with a small inverter, maybe a little 40-watt inverter, a 20-watt inverter, and that's what I need. And to make the oscillation, and different size bulb from 2 watts all the way up to maybe 20 watts in the line, to increase my oscillation, to bring my oscillation to the right level, to the rings. Pretty simple, but that's my next project. So when I'm done playing and laying this thing with that, I'll be playing with this one. So you'll see that's when probably the next 2-3 video I'll be popping out. So I appreciate your time again, and please, anybody can just send something in my email if you have some kind of an answer for that. I really like to do it, and I'd like to know it. So please don't feel shy. Just ask me a question or send me an answer, because now I need more an answer than a question now, and I got plenty of my own which I cannot answer. So that's that for tonight, and hopefully we'll see you soon again. Catch you later.